Hey everyone, it's me Donna. I'm back to elaborate about some things that I forgot about the new apartment idea, and as well as some other ideas that I've made videos about. I kind of want to elaborate a little bit further on that. As for the apartment, sky rise, high rise, whatever, if a company decides to do this, or even if they do like a little subdivision with semi-detached or detached housing, however they want to do it, um, I'm thinking about this location right in here. I think this would be a pretty good spot. That is, if this, I think this is like a dumping site, city dump site or whatever, but I'm not sure if they've expanded on back in the woods and everything, because with these Google Maps, who knows really how updated they are with the images. So for all I know, this could be a 4-year-old image. I don't know. But if they haven't went on back further in the woods right here, and if this property happens to be for sale or comes up for sale or whatever, I think right in here somewhere would be a perfect location for a skyrise, like a 4-story or higher apartment building. And like I've mentioned before, it'd be neat if they would have, both single 1-room apartments all the way up to maybe a 3-bedroom, 2-bath type deal. I think that would be good. Make them affordable, make them durable, all that type of thing. Efficient and all that. So yeah. But right here is Highway 43 heading north. Okay. And then, of course, right here is the pizza joint. Right in here is like a little shopping area that, I don't know, businesses kind of come and go right in here in this little spot. I don't know if it has to do with traffic flow or what the deal is. But, yeah, and I think there may be, that Vision Center may still be there, but I'm not sure. But there's been, a few different businesses put right in there from what I know. Okay. Right here's a tire place, and then on down in here's a tire place. So, yeah. Alright. And then over in here was where I was thinking about that mega grocery store idea that, where this mega grocery store would have everything from your regular stuff that you would expect, all the way to hard to find items, to classic items that they don't make anymore, but yet this company could subcontract, get permission from the big companies and have a food manufacturer subcontract out the manufacturing of classical food items all the way from, the early 1900s, all the way up to, you know, current time. Maybe things that got discontinued, maybe they weren't big sellers at a given point in time, or maybe they just, they're just past their time. Just like there's a lot of things in the 80s that I remember seeing that I don't see anymore. Even the 70s, all that. It would be nice if this store could bring that back and, just make it available, especially if it was the only store or chain of stores to sell these products in the world. You know what I mean? Like if they got that special permission to do that, that would be awesome. And I think that, certain things would be top sellers now, even for the whole nostalgia thing. So, yeah, I would love to see that happen and have it be big and roomy and, to where easy accessible in and out of the parking lot, all that, good parking, to where, it would be worth the while for people to come there and shop. Okay. Also, it'd be nice if there was some manufacturing buildings also back in behind here. Maybe even one of them could be the actual one of the food manufacturing plants that do the classical food items for this mega store. That would be kind of cool. Um, and maybe some other types of manufacturing buildings, as well as maybe even, say, like a company like Amazon or some other company out there, big, company could do like a distribution center to where, whatever all types of items or whatever that Amazon has, this building could house them and then mail them out. This would be the perfect location for that. And it would be jobs. It would bring jobs into this area. So I like that idea. And maybe even a little fast food restaurant somewhere right in here. I don't know, maybe at Crystal's or, uh, Rick's Barbecue. I don't know. Just something, some little fast food thing would be good to have right in here. Okay. And as far as the apartment complex goes, I think it would be definitely a good idea and should be a must to include handicapped apartments, whether they be single or family or whatever. Have them set up to where the bathrooms are easily accessible for the handicapped or elderly, to where when they step into the room, they can just shut the door and they can take a shower right then and there. Like there could be like a little chair. The apartment complex could provide a small, or not necessarily a small chair, but a chair that fits inside the bathroom. And of course, the bathroom could be a little bigger than the other bathrooms in the normal apartments, but it could be a chair, a sturdy chair, to where this handicapped or elderly person can sit down in the chair and just take their hose-like shower thing and hold it in their hand and take a bath. You know what I mean? Take a shower. It could be set up to where it's easily reachable and accessible, and that wouldn't be a problem for this person to be able to get a bath, okay? The toilets could be set up to where they could have like a bidet and washing areas up in there, if you know what I'm talking about, to where it would be easier for the elderly or handicapped to clean themselves. Don't want to get into details about that, but it would be nice if they had that, as well as maybe seat warmers. That would be good for them. The bathroom sink could be lowered to where it would be easily reached. Also, maybe they could be provided with a lift chair in their living room area. Maybe the bed could be set up, or beds could be set up to where it would be easy for them to get in and out of bed. The kitchen countertops could be lowered to where maybe someone in a wheelchair, whatever, would have easy access to the counter space and sink and all that. So, there's a few things that could be done to these apartments that would make them be usable for the elderly or handicapped. I just think that would be a very great idea for this company to do that, okay? And right here is like a great location if nothing else is using this space, and it does come for sale. It's on a hill right in here. This is like a hill. Okay, if they build like a tall building, it would be perfect for being able to view your surroundings. So someone on the top floors would have like the ultimate view. And especially like if the rooftop was a public space for people to come up and sit and walk around, and maybe even have some view things set up to where they could view out over the town and everything, that would be nice. Be a nice little touch. So yeah, I mean, and it could bring together, a sense of community and all that. Okay. Also, like I've mentioned, it would be nice on the first floor, kind of up in front, to where even the general public, would have access to like, a family or a restaurant. Let's just say a restaurant to serve people, 2 to 3 meals a day. Of course, the residents would get a discount, but also maybe even a little street food vendor type thing. Even though it would be connected inside the building, it would be the facility itself would be connected to the building, is what I'm trying to say. But it'd have like a big open window to where they could cook like different types of street foods, anywhere from Korean street foods to Japanese street foods, Mexican street foods, all those types of different things. They could do that, and people could just, buy them something like that. I mean, that would be so cool. Yeah, I think that would be a nice touch, and it would make money, it would generate money. And here's how I look at it, and what I think would be a good idea is if the company that builds this complex and everything would actually be the owners of the restaurant, of the street vendor thing, the convenience store, as well as the salons, all that is all owned by this company. Now, then, they can choose, like they could hire people to run these businesses, okay, but yet they will be the main owner of it, okay? That way they will be in control and everything, okay? That way they don't have to wait around or have all these different wheelings and dealings with different convenience store companies or chains or whatever. They could just be the owners themselves. They wouldn't have to rely or depend on some other company as to whether or not they'll be able to put something in there, okay? But the team would just have to make sure that they've got someone in charge of that area of specialty who knows how to run convenience stores, and somebody who knows how to run salons, somebody who knows how to run, restaurants and street vendors, businesses and everything, okay? And also they could contract it out. There's a few subcontractors around in this area, or what you call temp agencies, or whatever you want to call them. They're I guess what you say, employment agencies, whatever the proper term is. But they could use them. That would be an option for them to get staffing for these businesses if they so chose to. The only thing is, these subcontractors, they are stingy and greedy, and pay raises are sucky and very hard to come by. But I mean, at least it would be a job for somebody. I mean, that's the good news, is it would be a job. But the bad news is it would probably be kind of low paying, as far as that goes, because they're all about saving that money and cutting costs. But maybe the company could work out a deal with them to where the pay would have to be fair and, decent and everything. So maybe that can be worked out and whatever. Okay. So yeah, that would be good for that. Let's see. I think that's all that I can think of for that. Okay, and then like I've mentioned in previous videos, right in here would be a good spot for a brand new hospital, state of the art, maybe 4-story hospital for the town of Russellville, because it's long overdue. Our current hospital, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, it's not in the best condition. It's kind of, wore out, basically. It's old. It was built a long time ago. It's at least 40 or 50 years old. Okay, and it's time to build a brand new one. I'm not trying to put nobody down or whatever. I mean, for it to be as old as it is, I mean, it's held up pretty doggone good. I will have to say that. But in my opinion, there's a little bit of structure decomposition going on. Things that I've noticed when I worked there. I noticed how the flooring was kind of bowing a little bit, and there's been a few bad water leaks here and there, just different things. So eventually, I just think that we need a brand new hospital. I mean, this one can continue to run until the brand new one gets built, hopefully in this spot. It's my understanding that I think some of this land right in here is actually for sale. So there you go, So they could build this brand new building with a helicopter pad, as well as a building in the back that kind of acts like a hotel, and it would be like a hotel for guests who are visiting patients who can't necessarily spend the night in the rooms due to the size of the rooms, and maybe number of people who may already be spending the night with the patient or whatever, or maybe they just don't want to spend the night in the patient's room and get bothered by the medical staff every so many hours, blah blah blah. Well, they can stay at half the cost of a regular hotel room. They could stay in this hotel that's owned by the hospital, okay? And it's not going to be anything fancy. It's small rooms, small bathroom. They're, your basic necessities, and, depending on how many people's with you as to how many beds are actually in it. There may even be some roll-out beds, blah, blah, blah. So, but as long as it, does what it needs to do as far as someone being able to spend the night and in peace and everything, and be able to then the next day go walk over and check on their loved one, blah, 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 Okay, also, there could be a room set aside for the doctors. Any doctors that are staying overnight and all that, well, they'll have a room to where, they'll have a place to sleep, okay? Also, there could be actual apartments for resident doctors who don't want to make long trips and whatever back to their hometown or whatever, and or maybe some that want to move here, but yet they're brand new and they don't really know the area and everything. Well, they'll have them a nice little apartment until they feel comfortable enough to see whether or not they're going to stay here and become part of the community, and then if they choose to move on and find another house, whatever they want to do. But this would be something to accommodate them for the time being, okay? Alright, so that basically does it for this video, and I'm going to continue talking some more in another video. So bye for now. See ya.